Hello everybody, happy Wednesday. This time we are coming to you not from Disney but from St. Augustine. We took a ride up to St. Augustine on a Wednesday night to try to beat the crowds, because this weekend you're not going to want to come anywhere near this place. This is the weekend right before Christmas, and tomorrow is the 19th. So we're coming up here to film the Nights of Lights up here in St. Augustine. It's one of the top attractions in America for light displays, and this is just some of it right here. Straight ahead is the Bridge of Lions, if you see out there in the distance. Bridge of Lions. So tonight we are in St. Augustine. This is the famous Nights of Lights. There's a few days before Christmas. This is the Wednesday before Christmas is next Wednesday. We got a week, 7 days. And we were wanting to check this out. We haven't been out here this season yet. We don't live very far from St. Augustine. And this is probably like the last opportunity to come here without it being insanely crazy and packed. So come on a Wednesday during the week. Tomorrow we're busy. By Friday it's going to be crazy around here right through the rest of the holiday. So this is where we are, and we'll show you and take you along with us, and you could see everything that St. Augustine has to offer. Now we're riding around out here in St. Augustine. I just wanted to bring up, if you're in an ECV or a wheelchair, the roads are very, very uneasy and very sloped. I almost felt like I was going to tip over right back there for a second. So just be very mindful of what you're driving over as you come through. This is St. George Street. And just be alert to what's out there. I don't know, you really can't see it in the video, but it's very kind of slopes in towards the middle, makes kind of like a V. And back there was very sloped, and I felt like this was going to tip over. So just be careful. That's what I thought. I thought they were going to be going in the same direction. But apparently it just happened to coincidence that they ran into each other. Look at that thing. Alright. So we are here in St. Augustine tonight. And we are over near the fort. You could see it off in the background there in the distance. This is the main strip that takes you from the front of the fort and parking back this way. This is the beginning of St. George Street. If you're on an ECV or a wheelchair, this is dirt over here, so just kind of be aware of your surroundings. And it says farmers bring crops and food from their fields surrounding the town, open for trade during the day, but locked up at night. This city gate is the entrance to the early 1800s civilization here in St. Augustine.
You have to have that picture displayed too.
Yeah, I think it's over there, actually. And again, just kind of, this is all dirt right down here, and some of it a little bit soft, so just kind of, if you're in a wheelchair or an ECV, and it's a very rough terrain, so just kind of be mindful of that, but it can be done, and you can enjoy the city just like everybody else. Very soft sand right there that I almost got stuck in, so just kind of be aware of all of that. For the most part, it's pretty hard packed sand, but there are some spots where it's like a beach. So you might not want to, if you don't have to go in there, you might want to skip that part. And there's tons of little shops all along the way here. This happens to be an ice cream shop. And again, on an ECV or wheelchair, this terrain right here is very uneasy. It's not showing up in the video, but it is very uneasy and uneven. And there's a lot of little alleys worth exploring. And this right here is coquina shells embedded in the rock. That's how they used to build walls back in the early days. And it's very similar construction to the fort. Oh, girl.
I think this is the guy that we met that one time. He was
Remember he was carving everything?
Yeah, he was out here working. Very talented guy.
Amazing
that works
work.
at this place. Yeah. Signs by A.
Yeah, I mean he had some Disney stuff hanging out here.
Last name. I would butcher that. Risetta.
And this right here is a really good place. This is the Milltop Tavern. They usually have bands, live music. They used to be able to enter over here, but for some reason they have that changed around a little bit. But you go to the back and you go up top. There's a little patio up there and there's usually bands playing. But this little courtyard area, this wasn't always like this down here. They changed it around, babe. Yeah, it was just like an open little walkway. It's really nice now. I like what they did with it. Yep. And then anywhere you go, you could take these little trolleys. You'll see these little booths set up all over town. The further you go down this St. George Street, this area, from the fort, on that end where the gate is, the gate is on that one end, which I would say is the northern end of it, and on the southern end would be the park where the lights are. That's where it ends. And dog is welcome. A lot of these little places are very pet friendly, so if you're bringing your pet with you. And all these little buildings, some of them are very historic. This building was reconstructed on an original coquina foundation. The size of the excavated foundation suggests that a two-story house stood here in the early 1700s. The 20th century builders of this reconstruction used colonial construction techniques. The 1764 Puente map listed Juan de Ribeiro as the owner of the property. Ribeiro's parents were Indians from the Spanish mission of Talamato, who moved their family into the city of St. Augustine. Ribeiro became a Spanish soldier, an artilleryman, and a St. Augustine garrison. He married Lorenzo Ramos, a Spanish woman from the Canary Islands in 1761, and died in Cuba in 1772. Ribeiro's house was demolished about 1777. And that's that house we just looked at. Pardon me. And there is ADA accessible pathways throughout Colonial Quarter. Alright, so now the terrain's a little bit soft back here if you're on a wheelchair or ECV, but it is very much accessible, so it can be done. If you're on a electric wheelchair, regular wheelchair, mobility scooter, you can come back here and enjoy it with your family.
Probably doesn't need water until tomorrow. It's up to you. You're all set. Thank you so much. Enjoy. Back up just a little bit so I get more light. Action shot!
And these are all little wishes back here hanging from here. There is a little sign over there and it says make a wish.
For my dog to have a long and healthy life.
Oh, nice. And then this says, on this site, 42 St. George Street stood the home of the nation's first black general, who came to St. Augustine from his native St. Domingue, today the nation of Haiti, in 1796. And again, if you look at the terrain right here, is very, it's very uneven, it's kind of slopes pretty good down, and I have to lean to keep this thing from flipping over. So always be aware of terrain like that when you're on a scooter, especially with the wheelbase that's kind of narrow. They can flip over.
This is why I didn't let you lick the side of my coat. If you just...
This is a waffle shop right here. Strawberry shortcake waffles, bourbon peach cobbler. They got a lot of pretty good looking things right here. And a lot of these places are all, it says locally owned and operated. It's all little mom and pop places. Only in St. Augustine, Santa Mermaid. Yeah? Elf mermaids. And there's a witch and a guy with a belly right there. What's going on with that guy?
Girl, you know I will be coming home to love. I know it's wrong. So long.
Huh?
I know it's wrong. So long to bring it on home to you.
So we are pretty much making our way. We're just about the halfway point down St. George Street and onto the final destination tonight, which is going to be the Nights of Lights. This is our first time coming here this year, and the purpose of tonight was to beat the crowds for the weekend and to just kind of show people the lay of the land. If you're going to be coming out in a wheelchair, ECV, anything like that, it's a very lot of cobblestone streets, very bumpy. I wouldn't say no more bumpier than the theme parks. The main thing, even more than bumpy, is the uneven terrain. There's a lot of uneven terrain in this little city. And there's a little bar right here. And a lot of these businesses, a lot of these bars are very old. Like as you see, look at the step. I don't believe there's a ramp at this particular bar. So you wouldn't be able to bring a wheelchair or anything up in there. So just keep that kind of stuff in mind. There's a pretty good step right there. But it's just to be expected because some of these structures are so old. That's just what it is. But, you know, a short little walk inside. You can do what you got to do and stay with your family. Bed and bath type of goods in this store right here, which is called Eleganic Bath and Body Natural Homemade. So that's very different. This is Florida's best natural health care products. Coins in this shop here. They got plenty of beer to choose from.
Yeah.
Right? Quite the little selection there.
You should love it.
18 different little shops back right about the midway point on St. George Street. It's worth a stop. They have little mom and pop places. They got cuckoo clocks, knives, swords. Kind of like a flea market feel, but you know, a little more higher end. But definitely check it out when you're back here. Got some merch, some St. Augustine merch, and this little candy shop right here with tons of candy. And then back out onto St. George Street. And we're working our way even ever closer to the end of St. George Street. That's a taffy shop right there. Burrito Works. St. George Tavern, the oldest pub in the oldest city. Come get your St. Augustine Academic Harley Davidson shirt to bring back home with you. Good New York pizza.
Look at that margarita pizza.
Yeah, I love margarita pizza. The pizza is good here. I have had this pizza before. I think we ate here last time, didn't we?
I had to go pay my meter soon.
We got macaroons. There's a shirt from the Nights of Lights right there.
Like people from high school.
It's called the Savannah Bee Company. Port Bourbon Barrel Aged Orange Blossom Honey. Probably pretty good. Kind of beachy attire right here. Thank you. Now we are at the end of St. George Street. This is where the lights are, and they should still be lit up. We're hoping. And as far as the temperature, right? Isn't tonight? Tonight's beautiful, and it's very similar to the shops that we were just at back there. We'll just do a quick run to the end. Hot sauces. Cigars. Haunted pub tour. And haunted tours. Alright, we're back here and it just kind of comes to an end. There's a pet boutique. Look at that. Look at the bow ties right there. Barefoot Bills, burgers, beer, and wine. Burgers, beer, and more. I'm sorry. And this is one of those places you can take the old photos. You ever do one of those?
No.
We did those years ago with as a family. Mom used to always love to take those pictures. Yes, there's a photography studio here. Stand in front of that backdrop, right back there.
Mm.
And then the picture looks like that. And this is Barefoot Bills. This is called the Juke Joint. And it looks like music. Memorabilia. Looks like they have some record albums. So if you're into that kind of stuff, this is your place right here. This location, considered the original 10-cent store, was the premier site for the local civil rights movement, beginning after the vain attempt to acquire lunch counter service. And here is the lights. What we've been waiting for. Very bumpy, crossing that street. And this is it. And right back there is St. George Street, where we just came from. And the park right here. It's the oldest public space in America. This plaza was laid out by Spanish royal ordinances in 1573. The first Constitution movement may be only remaining monument in the Western Hemisphere celebrating the Spanish Constitution of 1812. The ordinances specified that the plaza was to be laid to the compass points and are in good proportion, a prolonged square, the length equal to 1.5 times the width. Lengths and widths based on proportional ratios were believed to be imbued with harmony and spiritual meaning. The first system of weights and measures was established with a market here in 1598. Pictured is the plaza from the early 1900s. Here are markers about Florida's 67 counties, memorials to Felix Varela, prisoners of the American Revolution, the Confederacy, and soldiers killed in World War II and the Korean and Vietnam Wars. A pre-18th century well has been designated an American water landmark. The town plan and plaza were designated a National Historic Landmark in 1970. Now, one side of this little gazebo kind of thing here is accessible with a ramp. The other side is some steps. So if you look that way, there's some steps. And if you go towards to the park side, there's accessibility through a ramp.
It's a quiz.
Not sure where that is.
Canada.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, those little gardens there.
The gardens.
Yeah, yeah. Do you do the Festival of the Arts out there? Do you go to Disney?
I did the Flower and Garden Show for maybe 10 years or
okay.
something. As a plein air artist. 3-day gig with about 12 other artists.
Amazing.
We did.
So we can mark that off our list this year.
They're gorgeous.
And yeah, they were everything they were cracked up to be. They always are. So if you have a chance, opportunity to get out here and see these, make sure you do.
Yes.
I highly recommend it. You will not regret it. And you'll remember this for a long time. So
This place is so cute anytime that you come to St. Augustine.
Yeah,
but
you got that
it's
right.
It just makes it even a better experience. So
Yeah, it's like just like the extra icing on the cake.
yeah. It's almost like a Hallmark movie or something.
Yeah.
Like it's just so
Yep.
cute.
It really. The only thing missing is the cold
Yeah.
and the snow.
Yeah.
But, yep. So we just wanted to share it with you, and hopefully you enjoyed that tonight. And we're gonna go work our way back down St. George Street on the way back. Maybe grab a piece of pizza, and then we'll be wrapping it up. Head back home. Got to go to work tomorrow. We'll show you one last shot of what we're looking at right here.